playing games, no, no. What's my name? Said, what's my name?
ShakaShine.
Okay.
ShakaShine.
What's goody fam? You already know who it is. It's ShakaShine, and I'm coming back at it with another reaction on ShakaShine Reacts. Today, I gotta give a big old shout out to Travis, and their request was The Newsroom by HBO, and this is America is not the greatest country in the world anymore. Now, for the people that have been hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, hitting that comment button, you know me, this is a channel that giving credit where credit's due, and y'all deserve all the credit, so I gotta say thank you. For the people that are waiting on their requests, as you can see, we get to every single one of y'all. If I set it on the list, it's on the list and it's coming up. But you can always skip the line by hitting me with a donation. Links right underneath the like button, and I'll make sure I get your reaction out within 72 hours. Now, as far as the Newsroom, new to me, new to the channel, but I do have HBO, so I might have to start watching it depending on how this goes. Either way, I'm not going to hold you any longer. Let's get straight into it.
We'll go on to the next question. You, sir.
My name's Steven. I'm a junior, and my question's for Will McAvoy. Do you consider yourself a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent?
I consider myself a New York Jets fan, Stephen.
Since it's been brought up, you've almost religiously avoided stating or even implying a political allegiance. Is that because, as a news anchor, you feel the integrity of your broadcast would be compromised?
I do remember the days when it was really taboo to really talk about your political affiliations. And I remember back in the day thinking that it was ridiculous. People should have been able to talk about it. But fast forward 10 years later from this, actually, because this is in 2012. So fast forward 10 years later, and everything has become so politicized that I don't think that we should have just kept it how it was. Just don't talk about your political stance, and because for some reason, once people start talking about it, now people can't stand each other. And it's like, you guys would have been able to stand each other if you just didn't know they were a Republican or they were a Democrat or whatever, like they supported this president or this president. I think that we would have been probably a little bit better off. Anyways, let's go.
That sounds like a good answer. I'll take it.
There was a short piece on Vanity Fair's website by Marshall Westbrook. You probably saw it, where he calls you the Jay Leno of news anchors. You're popular because you don't bother anyone.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Jealous of the size of Jay's audience.
Are you willing to say here tonight whether you lean right or left?
No.
I voted for candidates run by both major parties.
Let's move on to the next question. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Jenny. I'm a sophomore, and this is for all three of you. Can you say in one sentence or less what... you know what I mean. Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
Again, I would love to have a conversation with everybody in the comments about this. So, when it comes to the greatest country in the world, what metric is measured by that? What are you measuring to measure what country is greater than the other? Are you doing how much money they have, how free their citizens are, how many people are incarcerated? Like, what is the value scale at? Please let me know, put it in the comments. So, let's go.
Diversity and opportunity.
Lewis?
Freedom and freedom. So let's keep it that way.
Will?
The New York Jets.
No, I'm going to hold you to an answer on that. What makes America the greatest country in the world?
Well, Lewis and Sharon said it. Diversity and opportunity, and freedom and freedom.
They're not letting that go by. They're not letting that go by, which actually I really wish anchors and news reporters were actually more pressing like this, because usually they just let any politician or anybody answer and they just take that as the answer. Usually don't do a follow-up. or don't actually make them answer the real question. They answer something else that they didn't even, like that they weren't even asked. So.
You don't look satisfied.
I want a human moment from you. What about the people? Why is America
Not the greatest country in the world, Professor. That's my answer.
Boom.
You're saying...
Yes.
Let's talk about...
Fine. Sharon, the NEA is a loser. Yeah, it accounts for a penny out of our paycheck, but he gets to hit you with it anytime he wants. It doesn't cost money. It costs votes. It costs airtime and column inches. You know why people don't like liberals? Because they lose. If liberals are so fucking smart, how come they lose so goddamn always? Hey, and with this
Dang. He going off.
face, you're gonna tell students that America is so star-spangled awesome that we're the only ones in the world who have freedom?
Canada has freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain.
Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom.
All right.
And yeah, you, sorority girl,
Just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day,
there's some things you should know. And one of them is there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world.
So that's exactly what I'm trying to say is what metric do people, because people just claim things without having any sources, without having any other thought about behind it. They just state it as if it's fact. And I do want to know, because I've lived in America my whole life, you know, I'm American, but I want to know. I've always heard America's the best country in the world, and I'm sure they probably say that in other countries as well. But I want to know what people are measuring from here, from the United States, because there's plenty of times when we are legitimately like lower than other countries on plenty of metrics. So I'm lost.
We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science,
49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now,
I think that it's a little bit less now on the military spending. I think we're the top 10, I think, or 12 combined. I'm not sure if it's still 20, but if it is still 20, then that's crazy. And it might actually get back to 20 because I know that they're trying to pass even a bigger defense bill right now as of this recording. So
this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yosemite?
we're going to have to watch this. I'm going to have to watch this show for sure. The Newsroom on HBO. If you have HBO, I am going to recommend you watch this because I'm probably going to start.
Sure used to be. We stood up for what was right. We fought for moral reasons. We passed laws, struck down laws for moral reasons. We waged wars on poverty, not poor people.
And, I mean, that's idealistic, but I'm not sure if that's actually the truth. I mean, they do give the crumbs to the people every once in a while, but I really think that our government is pretty corrupt. And if you guys don't have money, if you're not in the donor class, odds are whatever you want isn't getting passed. And if it is, it's only because the donors want something that might be ridiculous, so they slide in a little bit of crumbs for the average people as well to get that through. But that's from my knowledge. That's from my that's my opinion. So nothing fact, but that is my opinion.
We sacrificed. We cared about our neighbors. We put our money where our mouths were, and we never beat our chest. We built great big things, made ungodly technological advances, explored the universe, cured diseases, and we cultivated the world's greatest artists and the world's greatest economy.
I mean, again, most of that is true from my understanding. So
We reached for the stars. Acted like men. We aspired to intelligence. We didn't belittle it. It didn't make us feel inferior. We didn't identify ourselves by who we voted for in the last election, and we didn't
Exactly.
scare so easy.
Exactly.
We were able to be all these things and do all these things because we were informed by great men, men who were revered. First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one.
Thank you. Boom. Boom. And so this is for everybody on both sides of the aisle that sits there and saying, if you're complaining about the country, go this way or go that way. Well, first of all, you have to, if you don't think there's no problem with the country, then there's no problem to be fixed. You know, you have to admit that there's a problem so that it can get fixed. You know? Let's keep it going.
America is not the greatest country in the world anymore. Enough?
Okay. Woo! Travis, another great one. I think that this was way better. I mean, don't get me wrong. The West Wing, that was good. This right here, amazing. This is amazing. I was messing with this a lot. Yeah, let's have some good discussions. I will make sure that I will try to get to as many people as possible, especially on this video in the comments. So let's have a conversation about this and let's be civil. You know, let's not be sitting over here talking crazy to each other. Try to keep an open mind and understanding, because that's how we grow as a nation. You know what I'm saying? Or as a society. Instead of just being triggered by one little thing someone says, try to understand it. Try to see it from their side. Either way, I'm messing with this. I'm definitely going to start watching this ASAP. So, yeah, I'm messing with this heavy. Thank you, Travis. If you're making it this far, you might as well hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that comment button. Let me know your favorite TV show and what else you want to see me react to. If you're already doing that and making it this far, then I gotta say thank you. Truly appreciate every single one of y'all. With that being said, you know I'll be back at it with another reaction tomorrow.